Snyder's next film set in the world of UFC. Adam Driver has apparently been offered the lead role. In case you're wondering what might be next for Zack Snyder, especially after the epic scale epic scale of his two Rebel Moon movies, well, he's going to be doing the total opposite of that. In July, Snyder told Real Blend that his next film was smaller in scale to Rebel Moon. It would not have any VFX. And this was his quote exactly. I'm trying to do a small movie right now. I'm not trying to say what it is, but I was like, can I just do a movie without any visual effects in it for like 5 minutes? Then I'll go back to that insanity. I'm supposed to be writing this movie, and that's kind of what I want to do. So last night, a source emailed the guy that wrote this article that Snyder's next film, which isn't planned at Netflix, would be set in the world of UFC. Zach Balin of King Richard co-wrote the screenplay with Snyder. It's planned as a theatrical film with the UFC, including its president Dana White being directly involved. All right. So I have to put up this poll because, well, I mean, are you excited for a Snyder UFC movie? Is this something you want to see? I have to say, I have to be completely honest with all of you here because this is not a terrible, terrible, terrible idea. I think this is actually a pretty good move for Zack Snyder. If he can get back away from all of the special effects heavy type of film, kind of get back to just a more intimate type of film, let him get away from all of that. Maybe he can get back to what he was really able to do, say, with something like Dawn of the Dead. Something that, is more heavily focused on that character driven type of story and help him refocus and re-establish himself as a director. And that might be a really good idea for him. That might be a really good opportunity for him to just reset himself. Because Rebel Moon, guys, like I know everybody, if you watched it, you just know that those movies were bad. They were bad. He gave it his all, and he showed what his all is, and it's just not good. And I think this is a perfect opportunity for him to reset. And as someone who has enjoyed Snyder films, I think this is a great opportunity. I think this is a real way for him to just kind of, like I said, reset as a director, reset and maybe regain some confidence. Maybe he hasn't lost the confidence. I'm not going to put words in his mouth. I'm not going to put any feelings inside of him, but maybe that's what he needs. Maybe he needs to kind of gain some confidence back in this. And, I have to say that if I were a betting man, this movie's going to happen. I think Dana White wants it to happen. I think the UFC wants it to happen. I think Endeavor wants it to happen. The company that runs UFC, they want this to happen. And if it does well enough, which I think it could do well enough, I think this would be the start of Zack Snyder's next chapter, and to see what he can do. And this could be where he starts to get away from these big, epic films that he was trying to do for so long, and maybe get back to these more, more intimate type of films if he can pull it off, and maybe dabble in the more epic scale from time to time. But I just don't think that's him. I don't think it is. We saw it with Rebel Moon. And here's the crazy thing. If you take a look at the Army of the Dead, while, yeah, it was a larger scale film and there was a lot of VFX in it, the best moments in that movie were the smaller scale moments. The larger scale moments, the larger scale scenes, those weren't the great moments of that film. It was the moments that were more personal, the moments that were with the crew. Those were the better moments. And you can even look at that with Zack Snyder's Justice League, with Batman v Superman. Sure, there were some great moments in those films that were the action scenes. They had some really good action scenes, but the really, really good moments were the more intimate moments. And again, I think this movie is perfect for him to reset and recalibrate. That's the word I've been looking for, recalibrate himself into moving forward. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below.